What's going on, everybody? This is Elder Jacody Owens for Wednesday, January 28th. Even though in actuality it's Thursday, I'm a little bit behind. But I want to read a couple scriptures to you. Something that really stands out to me and jumps out. Something that we always have to find ourselves operating in as we walk in this walk is faith. Faith. As we're going through, sometimes we don't see our out. We don't see what they say, light at the end of the tunnel. We don't see the silver lining or whatever. But we have to have faith and know that God is working something out in us, whether it's for something more immediate or whether it's for something that we're going to encounter in the future. He's working something out in us. All right, so let's have faith today. But the scriptures I want to read are going to be coming from 1 John chapter 5, 14 through 15, James 1, verse 6, and Matthew 21, verses 21 through 22. And they're all pertaining to the same thing, about asking and having faith. All right? John 5, 14 and 15 read, "And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. And if we know that he hear us, whatsoever we ask, we know that we have the petitions that we desired of him." It's very important there. But let's continue on. Let's go to James 1:6. "But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed." And they're having faith and not wavering. Oh, I believe this one minute, the next minute I believe this, or I don't believe that. We have to have faith. And I'm going to Matthew 21, verses 21 and 22. "Jesus answered and said unto them, Verily I say unto you, if ye have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say to this mountain, Be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. In all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive." You could read that. This is why it's good how the Bible goes together, how the scriptures go with each other. Because you could look at this one verse here and be like, well, I'm asking, Lord, I'm asking to win the lottery, Lord. I'm asking for you to let me marry such and such. I'm asking for you to give me that whatever I wanted there, and then you don't receive it. And then it'll cause error in our life because we'll think, God's not answering prayers because he said, whatsoever I ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. But, when we take it a step further and we jump over to James, talks about asking in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavers is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Again, you could look at that and say, well, I'm asking, nothing wavering. I believe I can, have such and such. I can believe I can do this, that, or the other, or I believe that you'll give me this winning lottery ticket or whatever, right? But then when we come over here to 1 John 4, what is he saying? Ask anything according to his will. It may not be his will that you marry such and such. It may not be his will that you win the lottery. Prayerfully, it is now. But it may not be his will, So what can we ask according to his will? And we know that we receive. Lord, help me to be wise. Help me to know your word. Help me to have faith in the midst of all adversity. Things like this, Lord. Show me your will. That's part of the will of God. Lord, help me to minister unto people. Help me to draw more people unto you. That's in his will. Things that God desires. Yeah, he has other things in his will for us, but we could be, unless he tells us, we're stabbing in the dark. We're rolling dice on it. But these are things that are guaranteed. We know that are in his will. Lord, help me to love my brother. Help me to love my sister, in spite the fact of whatever. Lord, help me to represent you on the workplace. This is in his will because we're supposed to be his representatives here. So again, this is not a full Bible study. This is just something, a little nugget to get you motivated, to get you thinking, maybe get you in the Word of God on your own, and Sometimes we might ask something in God's will, and it may be that he hears us and he's sending an answer, but it's blocked, and we got to do some fasting and praying. And I've talked about that. Well, the Word of God talks about that back in Daniel. You know, he had to do some fasting and praying before he received the answer which he was looking for. And he got the answer from an angel who was withstood by the prince of Persia, which is a fallen angel, for 21 days. All right, so it's just something to look at, something to be encouraged. We're constantly fighting. We're constantly under attack. We're at war, and it's a spiritual war. And of course, you're not going to necessarily see it with your physical eyes, but God will reveal it to you if we ask, and he'll show us. You know, Lord, help me to see what you would have me. Help me to see the works of the enemy that are around me that are trying to pull me down. Help me to clean myself up, Lord. Well, literally help me give over everything to you so you can clean me up, because I'm not capable of cleaning up anything on my own. You know, what I clean up is going to have spots. It's going to be nasty, but what you clean up is going to be pure. It's going to be what you want and what you need it to be. All right? Prayerfully, these scriptures have been a blessing to you and an encouragement, so that when we come back together on Monday and we're praying together, that we're going to have faith for the things that we're asking for according to his will. All right? Remember, Mondays is a Monday morning prayer. Tuesday is Testimony Tuesday, where I'll share a testimony of something the Lord has done for me in my life, someone else's life that I may know, somebody who may send in and want me to tell their story of what God has done for them. It's all for the glory of God. All right, it's not, oh, look at this happened in my life. That's unnecessary. But what happens, what God does for us, is for his glory. It's for an encouragement for somebody else. Wow, you did it for him. You did it for that guy. I know you can do it for me, you know. So just stay encouraged, stay prayerful, and let's get ready to stand before the King. If you haven't accepted Jesus, today is that day. Tomorrow is not promised, you know. So till next time, be blessed.